Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, back with Automation, the car company Tycoon game in the most torquiest engine series. We're going to be building this V12 engine with the most torque as of this video. We only got this engine and the V16 left to go in the V category. After building the V12 and this V16, I'll finish the season off with the Boxer 4 and 6 engines, but those engines will come out in the near future. So now, let's get things rolling with this here V12 engine. So first things first, on the top left portion of your screen, you'll bring the year from the year of 2012 to 2020 to get the most out of the engine. And after choosing the V60-degree V12 engine configuration, you may choose any block material that you could choose from. I'm choosing magnesium for the sake of weight for this engine build. And for the bore and stroke, of course, square this off to 120 millimeters each to get the engine size to 16,280 cubic centimeters, or roughly 16.3 liters, with a dual overhead cam 5 valve made out of whatever head material that you can choose from. For the bottom end, like the crank cowl rods and pistons, of course, the strongest ones out of all of them, such as a billet steel crankshaft, lightweight titanium cowl rods, and regular forged pistons. And with this quality slider as you see here, put this up to a plus 15 for everything that you see here to get the max potential out of this engine in terms of power and of course torque. So for the compression ratio, you set this to an above normal 10.6 to 1 ratio. The cam profile, lower this down to a 28 right around here. And of course, VVT at all cams. For the turbocharger, of course, ball bearings because it's the best one out of all of them. And with this intercooler here, you set this to a 1,940 horsepower right here. The compressor, lower this down just a tad to 66 millimeters. The turbine, way down to 56 millimeters. The AR ratio maxes out to a 1.4. Same thing for the max boost at a 43.5 PSI. For the fuel system, I don't really need to explain this one. We're going to be using a direct injection throttle per cylinder race intake running on ultimate fuel, with the fuel mixture maxed out to a 10.0. The ignition timing set to a 76. And like my other builds, RPM lowered this down to 5,000 RPM. And last but not least, with the exhaust, like the headers here, of course, we're locked in at a short cast thanks to it being turbocharged, but we're going to be using a dual exhaust system with the exhaust diameter nearly maxed out to 184 millimeters, which that equals to 7.25 inches. And of course, no cats, no mufflers, and bring that quality up. And we get the final horsepower rating of 1,525 horsepower at 4,000 RPM. And the highlight of the video is the torque at 3,593.6 pounds-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. It's kind of an interesting power rating. We got 4,000 RPM, divided by a half, we get 2,000 RPM for both peaks. And not only that, there's no knocking, valve full, or any kind of stress whatsoever. You can see here this graph, including the little thing that says no current warnings, as we got no warnings whatsoever, so that's great. Alright, for this upcoming portion of the video, I'm going to give you here of what this engine sounds like. While playing around with it with the manual testing mode, I'll cycle through all the 4 graphs on here, starting from the power and torque, then the torque and boost, torque and efficiency, and power and efficiency. And after showing you all those graphs here, I'll show the engine that is currently ripped apart except for the compressor and headers to watch these glow red while doing some fake gear shifts, and we'll be ending up our video right there. So bring back the graph and give you here this engine right now. do give credit to this engine that it's pretty efficient at the low ends, but the high end, not so much. So that'll do it with Automation, the car company Tycoon game with this torque-heavy V12 engine. We got one more engine left to go in this category, which is the V16. I'll have that video ready within the next week or so when I attempt to get the most out of that engine. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any videos like this in the future, including my Automation to BeamNG Drive videos too. So this is TRIZE rising up and signing out.